Meeting call to order. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Taj Toastmasters Joint Meeting, Episode 1, 2021-2022 Program Year, Division B, District 79, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I am Mohammed Mateen, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we begin, let me read out the mission of our Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please repeat the oath after me. For better listening,
better listening,
better thinking, and better speaking.
Better speaking.
We learn by doing.
We learn by doing.
Thank you.
I think you are on mute.
You are muted, Toastmaster Mateen.
Since we are in an online meeting, members other than the role players, meeting leaders, and speakers are advised to mute their microphones during the meeting. However, I request all of you to keep your videos on during the course of the meeting. You are urged to applaud using the emojis and through your videos. As a general rule, Toastmasters encourages all speakers and role players to speak on any topic except religion, politics, and sex. I request all of our guests and members to put their mobile phones on silent mode, and in case of an emergency call, you may take it by not disturbing the meeting or leaving the room wherever you are. I hope you will enjoy today's joint session. Now, to conduct this joint session, let me hand over the lectern to our presiding officer, who is none other than our area director, a certified management accountant from IMA USA, associate member and Institute of Cost and Management Accounts of India, working as a financial planning and analysis manager at Hoshanko Group of Companies. Past Taj Secretary, successful club coach of Diplomatic Toastmasters Club. Completed 4 pathways in program year 2021. Triple Crown Award winner. So as our theme goes, the joint meeting, to conduct it by leading with unity and harmony, I hand over the lectern to our dear director, Nandu Kotarat. Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen, for your kind words. Thank you all for joining today's area joint meeting hosting by Taj Toastmasters Club. Firstly, I would like to thank Taj Excom to take the initiative and come forward to conduct the first episode of area joint meeting. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your support. As in Area 6, we are all working together. We are always believing teamwork. And the result was great. If you go to the TMI site, the Area 6 is #1 in District 79. For this, I would like to congratulate all members in Area 6 for their effort and since hard working. Thank you very much all for your support. And I would like to request all of you to continue the same momentum until we reach into the first position of not only in the District 79, we need to be in #1 in Toastmasters International. Thank you very much all. Let me share you some insight about our performance, our Area 6 performance. So this is our 5 clubs: Taj, Grand Professional, Mobili, Makkah, and Caste. Caste and Makkah is the 2 new clubs started in the in the program year 2020-2021. Now in the membership, Taj achieved 2 DCP point, Grand Professional achieved 2, Mobili they're waiting another 5 members, and Makkah achieved, and Caste they need another 5 members. And level 1 they achieved, Taj achieved all the DCP point. So Taj and Grand Professional achieved 10 DCP points so far. To complete the distinguished club, all members, I request all members to renew your membership before March. So we will be the number 1, our first club in the District 79 to achieve the DCP point. So I request all your support to renew your membership. Our club base, Taj club base is 42. So I request all the EXCO members to take the lead to achieve the 42 members before end of this program year. And Grand Professional, they achieved the same 10 DCP point. I request all Grand Professional members to renew their membership. So we will reach into the best first area to achieve 2 distinguished club in District 79. And the membership base is 19. We should reach into the 19 to become the President Distinguished Club. Now coming to the Mobili, the only pending is the 4 members. So I request the club coach, Toastmaster Sunil and Toastmaster Sijomon, to take forward the club and added more members into the club and achieve minimum 20 members to achieve President Distinguished Club. For the Mecca and the Caste, it is the new clubs. Mecca, they did a great job. They need only 2 things to complete 9 DCP points. They missed 1 DCP point because of there was a confusion between giving the club officers list on time. So they can achieve even 9 DCP point President Distinguished Club when they complete level 3 and level 4. Level 2 level 3 and 2 level 4 or 5 or DTM project. But keep in mind, you have to achieve 40 members. This is your last club base. And the Caste, they have to work a little bit more, but they already achieved 4 DCP points. I think no one is here from the Caste, so I'm not
Toastmaster Khalid is here.
Khalid is here, yeah. Toastmaster Khalid, so yeah, I cannot see because I'm presenting. So you have to add more members. You have to add more level 2, 3, and 4 to achieve 10 DCP points. Hopefully, end of this program year, we will achieve together with all 5 clubs will go to President Distinguished Club. Thank you very much for your sincere effort. And without further ado, I'm not taking much time because all what we earned so far is from our teamwork. So let me invite our teams, the captains of this ship, Taj Toastmasters Club President Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Area 6 Director Toastmaster Nandu, for giving this wonderful opportunity, not only to talk in front of the audience here, but also to host the first Area 6 joint meeting for the current program year. It is indeed a proud moment for all of us Tajians here. And we take pride in being part of Area 6. And it is the one thing that we always love about Area 6 is the family that we are in. So all my dear Area 6 family members, a warm good evening to you all. And today's theme is like leading with unity, and the word of the day is harmony. So Area 6 symbolizes these 2 things. We work in harmony and we always lead with unity. And thanks to the guidance of our Area 6 Director, Toastmaster Nandu, and also the Area 6 team for getting things done. Personally, I can assure that Taj will deliver all the promises that it has promised for Area 6. We will end up on a positive note in terms of the membership base, and also in terms of the education awards. We have already done it, and we are working in track to achieve the renewals in the current renewal cycle as much as possible so that we are able to grab that 10th DCP point at the earliest, and we want to be the first club to do that. And I hope and wish the same for the other clubs. And as you know, we are like a family. So if the Area 6 director is like our father, then you can consider Taj as your big brother. So any help that you require in terms of Area 6, other clubs, Taj is always ready to help, offer the help. And we and our members and our ExCom team are always ready to support the Area 6 team to make sure that Area 6 remains the #1 area in the district. Let me not take much time. We have an excellent lineup of meeting thanks to the contribution from the Vice President Educations of all the Area 6 clubs. So everybody is going to give a joint effort in today's interesting meeting. So go ahead, stay throughout the meeting and enjoy it. Over to you, Area 6 Director.
Thank you very much. For representing Grand Professional Club, we have Grand Professional Club VP membership, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim.
Thank you, Area 6 Director Toastmaster Nandu Kottarath, for this wonderful opportunity. I take this privilege to bring forward Grand Professionals Club, and I am happy to be a part of Grand Professional Club, and the way the presentation shows that Grand Professional has achieved 10 DCP points, and this all because of it's a joint family. As we said, the unity, the club members, the strength made to achieve this success. I wish all Area 6 team to fully cooperate and achieve more success in future and to be #1 in TMI. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal. Now let me invite Mobile Never Surrender Club Coach Toastmaster Shijomon to say a few words.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. First of all, thank you, all of you, and special thanks to Area 6 Director and our DBDs here. We are same one team. All together, we can reach our success. And I'm sure if we are working in the same mode of active, there will be no difficulty to reach that your ambition. I wish good luck to the team, and back to you, Toastmaster Nandu Kottarath.
Thank you very much. Now let me invite Makkah Toastmasters Club VP Education Toastmaster Mudassir.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and thank you, Toastmaster Nandu, for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of such esteemed guests. As you have shown, Mecca is a new club, and we have achieved tremendous strides under the leadership of distinguished Toastmaster Seridar. I would also like to take a moment and request all of you to pray for his quick recovery and good health. He is in the hospital. Let's hope that he recovers soon and he joins us back. Together, teams win, and this is how Area 6 is, that we are a family, and if we need to progress, we need everyone to support one another. I would like to thank everyone on behalf of Makkah Toastmasters Club for the support that we have received from the district directors and from our coaches and mentors. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mudassir. Now let me invite our caste president, Toastmaster Khalid Alatai. Toastmaster Khalid, are you here? Toastmaster Khalid?
I'm asking him to unmute and start his video, but there is no response from his side.
Okay, let us go to now our respected Division B Director. Let me invite Toastmaster DTM Mahesh Pillai to say a few words.
Area 6 Director Toastmaster Nandu, club presidents and ExCom of Taj Toastmasters, Mobile Never Surrender, Grand Professionals, Maca Cast, Toastmasters Club, a very warm good evening. I'm so happy to see a joint meeting, because it's very rarely you can see in, I'll say, in District 79. But always Area 6, as we say, we come up like one family. And I'm so happy to hear the words of the club presidents and the representatives that they not only share their achievements and support, they share their experiences and their achievements, but they also offer the helps for those who need. And thank you so much for that. That's how we grow together. And that's the reason Area 6 is the #1 area. Last year, we were the #1 area. And I'm sure under the leadership of Toastmaster Nandu, this year also, Area 6 is going to be the #1 area in District 79. And because of Area 6, last year, Division B was also the best division. And I'm sure this year also, Area 6 will have a major contribution in the success of Division B and District 79 as well. As Toastmaster Nandu said, his plan is to make all the clubs, bring all the clubs to the club president distinguished status. Now, I'm happy to announce that very soon we'll be adding one more club to Area 6. And then Area 6 will be maybe the first president distinguished area in District 79 as well. But I've seen the faces of some of the club people. Don't worry, next program year, 2 clubs will move from here to another area. So you can send 2 representatives for the area contest.
Thank you very much, DPD.
You're welcome. And my plan is to, as a division director, as you know that Division B had 4 areas before. Now we lost Area 7 2 years before. Now my plan is to bring it back by adding 3 more clubs to Division B, and I hope that it will be completed within 2 months. I have one suggestion. Why can't we make one meeting physical, the joint meeting? Now we all are meeting online, and most of us who joined during the COVID times, we have not met each other. Let's meet one day, one of the meetings, any club. We have I'll let you know, like, if we have any free venues or anything available, or if we can any suggestions for a free venue or a venue where we can jointly meet, a big one, so we can physically meet, and that will be another great event, so that we will be more close to each other and support each other. And I hope and I wish all the best to Area 6, all the clubs, and thank you, and back to you, Area Director.
Thank you very much, DBD. Yes, definitely we will think about it, and we will try to make one physical meeting under the umbrella of Area 6. Now let me invite our Satak magazine editor, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula, to say a few words.
Thank you, Area 6 Director and Division B Director, and my own club president. All are here. All the great leaders are here. This is really a great pleasure to be with you all as a member and the part of this meeting. It's great to be part of this Area 6, and we learn together, grow together, we achieve together, and succeed all the things in our. Always succeed is it will come on the way. And also it's a very great pleasure that I chosen for a Satak magazine chief editor, and this was the reason behind this magazine chief editor post the last year our ODC magazine. So some of our great leaders are shown that one, and they requested to our DVD, and they chosen to us. Thank you for all, and I need all your great help to be accomplish this magazine and to release this one. And thank you, and over to you, Area 6 Director.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil. I request all our area members to give your articles to Toastmaster Sunil and support him in all aspects to complete Satak magazine. Thank you once again to all, and I don't want to take much time because we have a big line of speakers available today. So to conduct the next session, we have an eminent personality. Yeah, Toastmaster Khalid is available right now. Let me invite Toastmaster Khalid, the president of CAST, Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nando. Am I audible now, or?
Yes, you are.
Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for conducting this meeting. Good evening for all members, for all Area 6 members and President and ex-camp. Sorry for being late for this meeting due to COVID infection in my household. So I'm away from my work for at least 2 weeks. Regarding my club, CAXT, King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology, Toastmaster Club, we are struggling, and we decided to put it on hold until we reorganize and bring new members and update our rules of membership. We could make it not strictly for our employees of CAXT. We could open it for everyone, and we're still waiting for the approval of our management. Thank you for this opportunity, and I'm optimistic for the month of March and April will be better for us. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Nando.
Thank you very much. Definitely, you will get all support from Area 6 and all the clubs and even Division B. So all of us with you, don't worry, we can make your club as a President Distinguished Club. Without further ado, let me invite today's event chair. He is coming from hails from Pudukkottai, Tamil Nadu, working as an associate professor in medical bacteriology at King South University in research field of multidisciplinary science. Have published several scientific articles from my research, from his research area. For the last 9 years, have been living in Riyadh. Active member in Taj Club and also Area 6 Division B Secretary. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, to take this the position, and let me invite you to conduct this meeting. Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, the floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much, Mr. Area 6 Director, for the nice introduction. You don't overcome change by making them smaller, but making yourself bigger, said John Maxwell. Fellow Toastmasters and delightful guests, good evening to all of you. What a fantastic theme for today's meeting, leading with unity. Things take a make change when you are passionate about something. Without it, you could not be able to succeed. What are the principles of unity? Unity is blushing from the Lord, said David. It should be prized or protected. What are the spirit-filled or spirit-led? We can see the great value in unity. We can do amazing things if we work together towards a common goal. If you want to be successful, you must have a group unity. However, there are training and recommendations participated that can be helped with development of harmony. Keep reading for these 3 specific ways to strengthen of unity of your teams. The first one, the mutual understanding of the goal. The first part of the becoming defined front of focusing or define the communication, the goal. The second things, go to know each other of deeper level. You might believe you know someone well for the lead to the unity. Lastly, the trust and respect of the fundamental building of block of any functional teams. The respect individual validations of feelings and politeness and freedom of express various ideas, gratitude and mindfulness. So these are all the way to strengthen of our unity of the teams. Before we get into the more detail about our theme today, I will share a few informations about the meeting of newcomers. We have a few new people here, so I will give over what we are usually in these meetings. This program is divided into 3 sessions: the prepared speech and table topics and evaluation session. In the prepared speech, this part of the programs for the members who have worked several days on their speeches as per the project criteria manual. The second one is table topics, is practiced in impromptu speaking. This is usually for those members not scheduled on the speak on the programs, so that everyone get opportunity to speak. And then finally, the evaluations. In this part of the program, all that we do in the meeting, the evaluator, and provide the instant feedback, it is positive, so that speaks looks forward to the speak again. Apart from that, the general evaluator will provide the evaluation of the entire session. Every successful meetings required the assistance of several Toastmasters. We have some leaders tonight who will be helping to make their meeting a success. You have already introduced some information to our area directors, and then now I call that some other meeting leaders. Our accountant will be Toastmaster Mati Kasmi. The Toastmaster, could you please explain your role today?
Thank you so much. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused or filler words which are used as a crutch during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be or are. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Our word master and grammarian tonight, Toastmaster Hizam. Toastmaster, could you explain the word of the day and duty of the grammarian role?
Sure. Even chair for the Toastmasters and guests, good evening. For today's meeting, the word is harmony. And the meaning is the combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce a pleasing effect. Synonyms of this word are euphony, polyphony. Antonyms are dissonance and disclosure. Example using this word is, it's thrilling to hear the 4-part harmony with the voices perfectly balanced. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I shall report on its usage when called upon the general evaluator. Now, as part of the grammarian role, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to you, Even Chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hizam, for your explanation of the word of the day and grammarian rule. The next, serving as a timer tonight, the Toastmaster Sunil Idikula. Mr. Timer, could you explain your responsibility?
Good evening once again. As a timer tonight, I am responsible for monitoring the time for each speaker during each speech. During the speech time, I will show the green color at minimum time, yellow at intermediate time, and red at maximum time. And the red will be remain until he or she complete his speech. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report when general evaluator call upon. Back over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula, for your explanations. Now finished for the all role player introductions. Don't focus on the failures of yesterday. Start today with a positive thought and expectations. Each time you fail, start over again, and you will get strong unity. You have accomplished the goal. From this, let us start our prepared speech session with the positive thought and strengthen our unity. Before we call the first speaker, may I request the first speaker evaluator. He is active winner, the Toastmaster, TTM Sundar Ramalingam. Could you please explain the objectives of the speech, please?
Thank you very much, Even Chair and Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends and distinguished guests, good evening to you all. My speaker today is going to present his speech from the Strategic Relationships part, Level 3, Project 1, and the project is about making connections through networking. Make connections through networking. The purpose of this project is for the member to develop and practice a personal strategy for building connections through networking. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience networking. And the speech title is Break Bulk Conference. Break Bulk Conference, and time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam.
Thank you, TTM Dr. Sundar. Our first speech is from Pathway L3P1. I noted this speaker is very passionate Toastmasters and currently he is working planning and control manager at Paris Logistic Cooperator Office. He's worked as a USA for 18 years, most of these years as marketing manager in Palmetto, USA. The best position he has enjoyed is the role of dad and more self-educated persons with the humble beginnings. His mantra of leading with unity, instilling the clarity of objectives, motivating the team, make them capable and them holding them accountable. What wonderful motto. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karchikar on the stage.
Any introverts down here? Any introverts? One. Anyone else? Oh, two. Any extroverts? Any extroverts? How many of you make up your mind never to raise a hand, no matter whatever question is asked?
I'm an
ambivert. Do me a favor.
Yeah,
so do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor. Switch on your videos. I want to see you guys. Switch on, okay. Now put your hands straight like this. Okay. And say, I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. Yeah. break that ice. Who said that you are an introvert? Come on. It's a choice what you make. When I was the marketing manager, now I'm a planning and control manager. I look like a boring person, right? Actually, I'm not. But I try to fit into the job I am. I am still a marketing manager inside. And I used to manage the Break Bulk conference from my company. Break Bulk conference, this is one event that happens in Houston. People around the world, 5,000 attendees, professional attendees, people who make decisions. They attend this event in Houston, and this typically takes place end of September and beginning of October. So when I first went to US, a colleague of mine introduced me, saying, well, let's visit there. Let's see if boss would approve you of travel. And luckily, boss did. I attended this Break Bulk conference, and I got to see beautiful people out there, wonderful booths. Our agent was having one 10 by 10, and then sitting on a chair and waiting for the customers to come. And I said, wait a second. Well, you know what? I have a budget for this. I went back. Next year, I said to the agent, I want to have my own booth. So I essentially talked with the people who were responsible. I booked my 10 by 10 booth. Next year, I had my 10 by 20. Next year, the word of mouth spread. Riyadh came to know what we were doing. Riyadh said, well, wait a second. This is Bahari. You can't do this. 20 by 20. Then our location moved from one corner onto the center of the Break Bulk conference. And there we were. The best booth in the Break Bulk conference was of Bahari. How did we do it? By getting the return out from that particular conference, by proving to the management how efficient our networking and connections were. So essentially, we had a team of sales, and we ensured everyone attended there. And we set up a strategy for everyone. You have a target of 10 new people. You need to go shake hands, know them, know everything what they do. The conference is so focused that you don't get any Harry Potter out there. Purely people related to our business. That's how concentrated and focused those attendees are. Amongst 5,000, you just have to target 10. We had 12 people. We got 120 people with whom the relationship was built. The end of the conference, then we had a party. People did what they did, and they broke those shackles. Essentially, it's more to do with the human nature. We all grew, and as we grow, all the families, they build that wall around us. Every human being has that wall around us. And everyone doesn't want anyone to touch them and not to get inside that wall. But when people are in a happy mood, essentially they break those shackles and they can freely communicate with you. And when they freely communicate, they are essentially speaking to you what would help us in making deals. Once we establish those networks, they tell us from which place we can get some leads for our business, what essentially potential the business has. I'm tight-lipped. I won't tell you my financial numbers, but when people are in a social environment where they're laughing, cheering completely as an extrovert would go, they share with you the information that is required. They are open-minded. And that's exactly what these events helps us. We then spread to other events, which was Craft Feast, where almost 20,000 people around the world come. It's named the Craft Feast. All that is served there is craft. That's in Baltimore. So what did we do? Same approach. You have a strategic approach, identifying who the people are, what they do, whom they know, and you get that information based on the conversations you have with the clients. because people judge you based on your appearance. The image you project through your actions, words, and style leaves a mark on their memory. So we have to be mindful how we carry ourselves. If you don't, people would form a perception about you. So significant investment strategically is done. How do you carry yourself? So people are trained to go how to shake hands, what kind of a conversation you begin with. You don't have one fit all formula. But now that when people become matured, they exactly know what the objective is. The objective is to establish that connection. Now we provide a platform, we invest so that they could network. And once they network, we get the returns out. There are many friends out there who I know from Breakbulk, including the managing committee. There were times earlier when we had hurricane in Houston and where we wanted to sponsor one of the biggest events down there. Our management said, well, wait a second, this time the attendees are not that good. And the last moment they wanted to pull off. It's the relationship what you have had with the organizers where we said, I'm sorry, we choose not to sponsor this event. But on the flip side, they said, well, wait a second, we can offer you the front page of the magazine of the Breakbulk event. Now, why did that person give me that offer? Just because you had this relationship established by meeting with them, having those conversations with them, you're not essentially paying them or you're not essentially bribing them. The relationships and the connections, what you establish through networking goes a long way. It becomes like your second family. So strong that people care. People want to know exactly how your family is doing. So no matter which field you belong to, improving your network skills is a key element in today's world. If you want to be successful professionally, build your networking skills. Be an extrovert. If you say you are an introvert, you can never be able to get out of that and go and shake hands. So from here on, I'm an extrovert. Say I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. There you go. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karchikar, for your wonderful speech of Breakbulk Conference. Our second speech, before we call the second speaker, may I request second speaker evaluator, our very young and energetic speaker, Toastmaster Mudassar, to read the objectives of the speech, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Anjalam. For my speaker, the purpose of the project is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The project overview is to write and deliver a speech about any topic to introduce yourself to the club. Your speech may be humorous, informational, or any other style that appeals to you. The time is 4 to 6 minutes. Back to you, Event Chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassar. Our second speaker will deliver an icebreaker speech, so he will explain himself. Please help me welcome TTM Magesh Pillai on the stage.
Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind, said Bernard Ambroge. Dear facilitator, area directors, club presidents and ExCom, and dear members, a very warm good evening. I'm Dr. Mahesh Pillai, currently working as the head of training and consultancy for SLC company in Riyadh. When I think of icebreaker speech, I remember the icebreaker speech that I had to deliver on the first day of my graduation. I was so afraid to face the audience, and I took a medical leave that day. And today, I'm delivering my 7th icebreaker speech in Toastmasters, my 6th pathway, motivational strategies, the previous one I have delivered for my competent communicator manual, which is the old educational path in Toastmasters. I'm from a place called Haripad, a beautiful place in the Alapi district of Kerala, India. My father was an executive engineer in the state electricity department, and my mother was a teacher. After my 10+2, I joined the Sports Authority of India's college for my graduation. I completed my PhD in sports psychology, master's degree in sports biomechanics, and I achieved another master's degree in total safety management. One thing I like is to add more qualifications to my CV. So I'm doing my 3rd master's in environmental management. I also attained the trainer qualifications from the OSHA Institute in Chicago and also from the National Safety Council in Chicago. In November 2017, I got an invitation letter in WhatsApp from my friend Toastmaster Sherry. And when I opened it, I saw it's an invitation to attend a Toastmasters meeting. I was thinking, what's Toastmasters? I never heard of Toastmasters before, to be very open. So I called him and asked him, what is this Toastmasters? He said it's an organization for improving the leadership and public speaking skills. It's in so many countries and so many things. I didn't understand much again. So I thought, since he's my friend, I thought, let me attend and see what it is. And when I attended, I liked the train, I liked the club. It was very positive. But I thought, like, I'm a trainer. I'm not shy to speak in front of the people. I don't get butterflies because every day I do the same. I do the trainings, I stand in front of the people and I speak. What I'm going to gain from this organization. But after the first meeting, I loved the atmosphere there. It was very pleasant, welcoming, and full of positive spirit. I thought, even if I'm not benefited personally or professionally, I'm going to continue in this organization because this provides you a very positive feeling. You feel motivated once you come out of that meeting. But after a few months, I realized that Toastmasters, knowingly or unknowingly, has influenced me and helped me to improve my training skills. Now I know the importance of body language, where I have to speak while I'm where I have to stand while I'm speaking, how to engage my audience, and how to improve my presentation design. Because I've done 5 parts. Why I did 5 parts and started the 6th one? Because it helped me to manage so many things. I developed a lot of training presentations from the Toastmasters knowledge, what I gained from the Toastmasters. Now I'm a member of 5 clubs. I also completed 5 parts in pathways last year, completed my distinguished Toastmaster title last year, and also took leadership positions in Toastmasters, like I was a vice president membership, vice president education, last year's club president, club coach, and currently I'm the division B director. And I also achieved got many achievements in Toastmasters, like I was a Toastmaster year of District 79 last year, but also completed Maximum Education Awards in District 79 last year. All these I have achieved, not because I'm Mahesh, I am a very expert person, no, because of the positive motivation and support which I received from my club members. I won't say that I did something in Toastmasters, but I say that we did many things together. If you ask me what I gained from Toastmasters, I'll say I improved personally, professionally, taught me how to work as a team and achieve success. And the most important thing, I got a lot of friends. We traveled together. We used to meet with families sometimes. And dear Toastmasters, what you're going to gain from Toastmasters is more than what you think. So let's work together, spread the motto of Toastmasters so that our friends, family members also benefited like us. Back to you, Mr. Facilitator.
Thank you, TTM Dr. Magesh Pillai, for your great speech. Our third speech from Understanding Your Leadership Style. Before we call third speaker, may I request third speaker evaluator. He's a very dynamic and has a great speaking skill, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen, to read the objectives of the speech, please.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Arunachalam, the event chair. Tonight, our speaker, Toastmaster Shijumon, is going to deliver the speech titled, My Style. The purpose of the project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership styles. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership style in general. I wish you best of luck and over to the event chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen. Our third speaker is graduated in physics and diploma in health and safety engineering. First 15 years working in different countries in CCC. 2019 onwards, the active in TMI and proud ExCom members of Grand Professional and Diplomatic Toastmaster Clubs. Current event manager of Division B. His mantra of leading with unity. Seek opinion from all the members and convince them before introducing any new decisions. Wow, what a great motto. The speech title, My Style. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Sizamon Sos on the stage.
Go. Let's go. Dear fellow Toastmasters, and event chair and guests, a warm good evening to all. Do you feel any changes this? Go. Let's go. Yes, this is a major change and difference between a boss and leader. There is a quote by E.M. Kelly. A boss will say go, but a leader says let's go. Dear fellow Toastmasters, what is become a leader to a successful leader? All of us are trying to become leader, not only leader, a successful leader. How you or me become a successful? There are a certain harmony of qualities required. Last year, I got promoted, but unfortunately, my immediate boss fired from my organization. At that time, I just think about me, what I did special to become promoted. I couldn't find anything special from myself. But when I become in TMI active, we have to prepare several scripts to present in front of you. When I present that one, I found a small word, elude. I am repeating to you, elude. This elude helped me to become some qualities. I will explain what is that elude. First letter E. effective communicator. That is the number one quality to be achieved by each leader. If you cannot communicate with your subordinate or your top management, how they will know that what is the target, what is the expectations, how much we achieve, how we will communicate if you are not qualified communicator. The first quality is effective communicator. But I found myself the difference from my old boss and how I communicate with my subordinates. The second is L, lead by example. All the leaders, we need to lead in front of our subordinates. If you direct in a wrong way, of course, those who behind, they will be in a wrong way. And we will not reach our destination. So first, you lead yourself as an example. That is the second point, what I myself try to be in my organization. The third point, O, optimistic. Optimism is the ability to focus on the beneficial side of simultaneous situations, expect or giving positive energy to your team. If you are optimistic, if you are delivering a message to your team, of course, the result will be optimistic. That is the third quality as a successful leader we need to be achieved. Next one, open-minded. From my boss, that I expect more, because when he is giving some duty to me, he is just passing the message without any clarification or direction. From my experience, I need to be steady, I need to be deliver, I need to reach the target on that time. That I change myself to accept all the comments from my team and to make a successful team because of this open-minded quality. At last, demonstrate integrity. This is something special we need to be achieved as a leader. Demonstrate personal integrity by acknowledging and giving credit to others. Once you reach in a target, of course, you will be appreciated. Then, if only you take that appreciation and forget your team, what will be the next target? Who will help you to reach that target? Give the appreciation to your team. That will help to grow together to the target. Dear fellow Toastmasters, I am remembering, advising to all, elude, effective communicator, lead by example, optimistic, open-minded, and demonstrate integrity. These are the qualities required, the harmony quality of a successful leader. If everyone is moving together, success will take care of itself. Quote by Henry Ford. Dear fellow Toastmasters, all we are leaders. Of course, together we will become a successful leader. Thank you, and back to you, Evan Chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Susuman Toast, for your speech about your style. Our fourth speech. Before we call the fourth speaker, may I request fourth speaker evaluator. He is a very active and dynamic leader, Toastmaster Zizogos. To read the objectives of the speech, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Our speaker today is doing his level 3, and his speech title is Believe in Yourself. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that's a story. I'm looking forward to great storytelling by our speaker. Back to you. Believe in yourself.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jidakosi. Our fourth speaker, he has done the Master of Commerce and postgraduate diploma in business administration. Working in Saudi Arabia since last 20 years, joined Mecca Toastmaster Club for the self-development and communications and leadership. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Qazi Syed on the stage.
Hello, Toastmasters. Can I please ask one question? What is self-belief?
Believing in himself.
Exactly. Self-belief is a person's belief in their ability to complete tasks and to achieve their goals. Judging yourself to be capable of success increases your chances of actual success. Let me share one story with you. At a point of life when I started believing in myself. 20 years back, I was very young, came to Saudi Arabia for a better prospect, better life. After working with the company for 1.5 years, I lost my job because that company lost many government projects. So they had to lay off the newly appointed employees. Very sad. Just within 1.5 years, I lost the job. Somehow I recollect myself and started looking job around. That time there was no internet, no smartphone. Only we had to take the copies of our resumes and CVs, put in an envelope, paste one stamp and put in a stamp postal box. And every day evening, all bankers gather at a tea shop or coffee shop, discuss with each other because there were no such means of entertainment. One day, while talking to each other, one of our friends suggested me that he knew one person from a renowned company in Jeddah. He used to visit his hotel. My friend was working in a hotel as a night auditor. He said, please take this address, and he gave me a number that Mr. FK is the financial controller. Please send your CV to me. I asked, do they have a vacancy? He said, no. Just apply. Let's see. You are luck. I said, okay. I took a copy, put in an envelope, posted a stamp, and put in postal box and forgot. And still, I was looking around the job. There was no opportunity. I was not getting any call. After 2 months, I got a call from a person. Said, hey, Nafiuddin, are you still available? I'm looking for a job. I'm calling from a company S from Jeddah. My name is Uzair Alam Khan. I said, I'm still available. So can you please come to Jeddah for an interview? I was overwhelmed because Ramadan Eid was very closer, and my uncle who was living in Jeddah, he told me that you are free. So why? And during Ramadan, the activity of recruitment is very slow. Why don't you come to Jeddah? So we will celebrate it together. So see how the law of attraction was working. I said, okay, after 2 days, I will be in Jeddah. After 2 days, I went to Jeddah. Early morning, I woke up. Uncle said, please get up early so I can drop you to the industrial area and I can go into my office. I woke up early, dressed well, put a tie, and went to that company for interview. Butterfly in stomach, goosebumps, don't know who is the person going to interview me. I went there, Alam Khan met, and he said, please wait in this lounge and somebody will come to interview you. I was looking around, the history was written of the company that started from 1970, what they were producing edible oil, what was the packaging before. Entire history was written, I was looking at it. Suddenly I had nothing. I turned around, I saw a tall, fat man with big mistakes. He was looking like a colonel. You are Nakhi? I said, yes. Please come. We went to the meeting room. We sat across the table. For a while, he stared at me like this, and he leaned forward and asked me, do you know me? I said, no, I don't know you. Then how come your resume came right way on my desk rather than going to HR? How you know me? Tell me. I thought for a while, what reply should I give? Because this is an interview. I have to sit straight, look into his eyes, and I should not show that I'm afraid or weak or something. I decided to tell him the truth. I said, I know a person who's called, whose name is Munna, is working in a hotel in Al Mutlaq as a night auditor. He gave me your name and address. This is what I know, and I don't know how he knows you. He started laughing. He liked my answer. And after that, he started asking me questions. Questions were very tough, very hard, and he was staring me like a butcher look at a goat before slaughter. Somehow I attended the interview. End of the interview, he told me that I am going to appoint you as a regional accounts manager from a Dammam branch. I shocked. I was a junior accountant. I was thinking, Nakhi, how will you handle this job? From a junior accountant straightway to the position of regional accounts manager. Second thought came to my mind that something he has noticed. Maybe he is confident enough that I can deliver. I can handle this job. I accepted it. He sent me to Dammam. Dammam office was very big mess. The staff was coming late. The staff was going early. Some accounts were very mess. He gave me a call after joining Dammam that these are the accounts I want you to settle down. I want you to clear this account within 3 months. And I believe you can handle it. I tried to settle down. We started working on it. And within 3 months, not 100%, I was succeeded to deliver 70% of the job he has allotted to me. After 3 months, he has visited, he looked at everything, and he told me, this is what I have seen in you during the interview. So dear friends, many of us, we don't know what are the competencies we are having. These are noticed by others, our seniors, our mentors. So let us believe in ourselves that what are the strong competencies we have, and let us believe ourselves that what are the areas where we need improvement, and help others to know them, what are their strengths, and help others to let them develop in the areas where they need improvement. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Qazi Sayed, for the great speech. Now the first session of our meeting completed. Mr. Timer, can you please check all the speakers are qualified? Mr. Timer?
Yes, sir. All are qualified.
Thank you, Timer. Since we have the joint meeting, so we do not do the word count. Before starting our next session, now I invite TTM Rami, the immediate first director of the program quality, to say the few words. TTM Rami.
Yeah, thank you so much, Devin Chair, Toastmaster, and the Chairman. It's really my pleasure and honor to join Taj. Taj is always, I really don't want, if I will speak about Taj, it will take a long time to mention about their achievement, the dedication, the inspiration. I just want to say Taj in Arabic is mean like the crown of something, you know, and you are the crown, one of the crowns, let's say, of the district, crown in education, crown in dedication, crown on this inspiring leaders. When I look at this window very quickly, I have seen a lot of people that have been really learning from. It is really a great inspiration to be with you, learn from you. And as I mentioned, Taj by itself is a crown of leadership, a crown of speakers, champions, education. I see how committed every member here, and I'm very happy to come and join you. I'm sure it is a great learning experience, regardless of the numbers that I visit Taj. Thank you, and back to you, Event Chair.
Thank you, TTM Rami, for your words. Before starting our table topic session, I continue our engagement conversations about learning with unity. United we stand, divided we fall. When you create connections with other peoples, it is the best to move forward together. The opposite of unity is discord. Discord causes the confusion and disorder and halt the productivity. Where you build the unity of your places or in your personal relationships or with your family, create one tips certain to be useful. Keeps everyone has the same goal. The unity is the strength. When there is a teamwork and collaborations, wonderful things can be achieved, said J.T. Siebenberg. From this start, if we work together with collaborations, sure we achieve our goal and make a great stand of unity. Now it is time to have a vibrant table topic session. Today the table topic master, Toastmaster Idayatullah, and table topic evaluator is Toastmaster, our director, Nandu Kottarath. Today, table topic master is a very energetic speaker, and he is born and brought in the Chennai. In 2009, he joined the National Center of Privatizations and Ministry of Finance, Government of KSA, and Senior Executive Advisor. He has over 30 years of professional experience in transportation and engineering and planning, the Islamic banking, and public-private partnerships. Happily married, he has 3 children and 1 daughter and 2 sons. Please me help welcome to Toastmaster Idayatullah to on the stage to conduct table topic session.
Thank you for the generous introduction, Event Chair. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to this exciting session of the day, the table topic session. The table topics is one of the best ways to practice thinking and speaking on our feet, or in other words, the impromptu speaking. We never know when we may be asked a tough question, either by your boss or in a job interview. It is to our benefit to know how to properly answer the questions, or at least look like we are in control of the situation, even if we don't know the exact answers. The more we practice this, the better we will get. Therefore, table topic enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. You can think of the table topic speech as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. Do not forget to use personal examples in your speech. Each speaker is required to speak for 1.5 minutes. Speakers are disqualified if they exceed this timing. So let's now start the session. I have a wheel with the topics, which I will I'll spin this wheel and then I'll call upon the speaker to speak. The first topic of the day is learning better self-control. May I call Toastmaster Sunita Johnny to take up this topic? The topic again is learning better self-control. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny.
Thank you, Table Topics Master of the Day. Self-control is something that needs a lot of discipline. It needs a lot of patience to develop, and especially for people who are impulsive, who lose temper, it's even more difficult. As for me, I blame it on the genes. I lose my temper easily sometimes, and I believe that self-control is lacking there. So I simply blame it on my gene pool, saying that it has come from my dad. So you can't blame me. I have tried yoga, I've tried meditation, I've tried disciplining myself in so many ways. And sometimes it is your children who teach you more about self-discipline or self-control. When you lose them, I mean, when you see them copying you, taking your actions and doing exactly like how you do or behave the way the parents are behaving, that's when you have the biggest lesson. You realize that it is high time to reflect and put the right role model in front of them. They absorb a lot more than what you can imagine. So then on, when I realized my kids were moving into teenagers and they were simply watching and not listening to what I say, that's when self-control and learning how to be in control and in discipline worked out. Over to you, Table Topics Master of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny, for taking up this topic very wonderfully with your personal story. Let's move to the next table topic. I'll spin the wheel again. So the topic is not fully written here. The topic is how to motivate your children. I call upon Toastmaster Khalid Al-Letai to take up this topic. The topic again is how to motivate your children. Over to you, Toastmaster Khalid. Are you there, Toastmaster Khalid?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Thank you for this opportunity. The question is how to motivate your children. I would like to see the example by doing, leading by doing. It's like when you motivate anyone, especially children, because you encounter with them daily, let them see the action in you first, then they will absorb the meaning of the action in the future and give them more advice about that action, explaining better. For example, charity. For example, if you want to give other people charity or motivate your children to help others, let them see you give charity to other people, helping other people by seeing that the human senses will absorb that action and will be motivated more. it's not motivating in financially, but motivating them morally. Thank you.
Thank you,
Back to you.
Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Khalid, for again taking up this topic with your personal example. We will move to the next table topic. I'll spin the wheel again. The next topic is how to create harmony in our relationships with other people. I will call upon Mohammad Noman to take up this topic. The topic again is how to create harmony in our relationships with other people. Over to you, Toastmaster Noman.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. How we can create harmony in the relationship with other peoples. Harmony, we can just say it's a simple and basic steps how we can move and make good relationships with other peoples. No, we have to fulfill their requirements. We have to just check what they need and what their requirements and how we can motivate them, how we can elevate them from their current status to another status. If we can just, for example, if we just go back the road and we just see some needy people, we can just harmony them by supporting them some money, but just encouraging them to do some positive things which can be learned for their own worth in terms of just giving them for the time being and some needy persons. Similarly, if we just bring harmony to other peoples or to other kids and other persons, it will be go in a long way. It will be better and it will be go in the right directions. We can go in the, if can just harmony. Harmony can weigh in the others also. If I can just go that, okay, we can just go for that. You can just say it's not the harmony that we can just see the Russia will attack on the Ukraine. If we can just go in the harmony, we can just say it will be in the right directions and it will be go in the right way. If we can just educate our peoples, and no doubt only on the education on the people level, as well as we have to educate the nations. So we can just work on the harmony and it will become a better place to live in. Instead of we can just fighting and shouting on the other peoples, it will be make this world into a hell to live. Instead of you can just spread the harmony and we can just go in the right directions and give positive energies and positive motivations to the peoples, we will go in the right directions and definitely this place will be a better place to live in. So our main focus and main motivation should be on the harmony, and we can just create positivity, good deeds and good activities so that we can go in the right directions and make this world a better place to live in, instead of going in the wrong directions and making this world in a bad place to live in. Actually, this is a place for no doubt for us as well as for the next generation. So if we just work on the harmony, definitely we will just give a good message to our next generations and it will be go in a long way. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noman, for taking up this topic and explaining how we can live harmoniously and peacefully in this world. Let's go to the next topic now.
I don't know. Didn't choose anything. Why you can say no?
The next topic is becoming a role model for your children. I call upon Toastmaster Mohammad Ghani to take up this topic. The topic again is becoming a role model for your children. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohammad Ghani.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. the motivation to my children is I'm reading the books in front of my children so that they can read. So I never used libraries. So now I'm using in my home library so that my son, my kids may see me, and they will use in their life future. Second thing, I'm trying to avoid the phone in my home so that they also do not see the phone, because nowadays, they have online classes, so they used to see the phone after their classes. So I used to avoid seeing the phone after my office hours in my home. So I am motivating this approach for them. And for the play, I used to play with them during after online classes, because they cannot go outside in this environment. You see, last year there were corona, so we used to play inside with them, cricket or like football inside the home. So I used to motivate them for their habits, good habits, for their exercises, for their studies, and for their good habits. And I used to give charity in front of them so that they may see me and they can utilize in their life. These are all the motivations I'm giving to my children for their success in their life. Thank you. Over to you, topic master of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Ghani, for giving your personal views on how you will motivate your children. Well taken. We'll go to the next topic. The next topic is best ways to find a work-life balance. And I call upon Toastmaster Rami Al-Jawad to take up this topic. The topic again is best ways to find a work-life balance. Over to you, Toastmaster Rami.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for this wonderful question. Finding life balance time, life and work life, can be achieved by quality time. If you really go and focus on your work and you give it a quality time without any distraction, you will be accomplishing your work. If you spend time with your children and your family with equality, with full attention, you will be able to find that. In our lives, it could be really difficult to find the balance, but the balance is within you. It is just your quality time. If I would like to be a philosopher and advise you, this is my humble advice. Quality time in whatever you do. And if you found that there is not enough time, just try to do little things in a great way. Believe me, patience and quality time are the way that I myself find myself a way to do the balance between work and life. You may wonder, how do you have time to work, to finish your business, work, and to also see your children? It's all about quality time. Quality time includes focusing when you are doing your work, focusing with full attention when you are with your family. And that's what I want to share with you today. And back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rami, for wonderfully explaining how to undertake work-life balance. Even Chair, do we have time for a couple of more topics?
We can close it now. Because already we can finish the more topics today.
Okay, sure. A timer have all the speakers qualified?
Yes, sir, all are qualified.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity, Evan Chair. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Idayatullah, for the great performance of the entire topics was excellent. Let us applaud him louder. Now the science sections of meetings has completed. So as we are all are qualified, and also this is joint meetings, so we don't have any do the vote count for these meetings. Before starting our next session, let us discuss about our today themes. How to strengthen the unity of our workplace or family. With any team, unity or teamwork is important. It is what allows to the team to run like well-oiled machine and achieve the success. So the great leaders to kind the unity, encourage the collaborations, and ensure that teamwork together and not against itself. Only humility with leads us to unity, and unity will lead to peace, said great Mother Teresa. Your team will have the individual's opinion and emphasis, but that does not mean they are not united. So discuss with your team on the goal agenda and reflect in your company a big image. Now start our next session. Nobody is perfect. We make mistakes and say incorrect things, fall or rise. Learn and grow, and things is how we progress to achieve. In this context, let us move to the next part of program, which is evaluation. This is done by the general evaluator. For that, we have the very vibrant and fascinating and humorous Toastmasters. He did master in physiology in applied microbiology and industrial biotechnology, diploma in Islamic psychology, the 18 years professional experience in the field of food manufacturing, currently working as a production manager in Mama Safi factory, Riyadh. The dreams and ambition to become a scientist and good public speaker. The today general evaluator, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim to the stage.
Thank you, Event Chair Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, for this wonderful introduction. I am really humbled. So today I am going to be your general evaluator. I was just looking how the meeting was going and what are the comments I can give on this meeting. This is my main role part here. I have 3 sessions here. The first session is the speaker's evaluation. Number 2 will be the leader's report, and number 3 will be my comments. So let me move on to the first session, evaluation session. To evaluate this, we have trained evaluators with us. To evaluate our...
Point of order, Toastmaster Mohammed Iqbal.
Yeah.
I have a call with my Vice President in 10 minutes. I would prefer to be the first evaluator for the third speaker, if you don't mind.
Fine. So considering this, let's move on to our evaluation session. To evaluate speaker number 3, Toastmaster Sujomon Jose, we have a smiling and strict Sergeant at Arms for Taj Toastmasters Club. He's the VP Education for Garjina Toastmasters Club. He is very active and aggressive Toastmaster. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Sijomon Jose.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for that generous introduction. Going to the speaker for tonight, Toastmaster Sijomon Jose. Toastmaster Sijomon Jose, you from an amateur to a freelancer, you have become freelancer now, going towards to be a professional. What a great way of putting the speech. The theme was apt and you did justice to the project, as the project criteria was to identify your leadership styles, and you did that in a very professional way. As you see the Van Heusen ad, power dressing, you were power dressed as per the requirement of the project. Sijomon Jose, you were like the bloggers and the YouTubers who we like so much from the mainstream media, because even though they are freelancers and amateurs, they are much better than others and just waiting for an opportunity for them to come. You started well, your theme was great. You said, go, let's go. Do you all feel any changes? You involved the audiences. You spoke about you started with the quote, bosses will say go, leaders will say let's go. Then you shared the story, your personal story, how you were promoted when your boss was fired. You spoke about ELODE, effective communication, leadership, optimistic, open-minded, demonstrate integrity. And then you ended with a call for action, and then again the quote from Henry Ford. If I have to suggest some suggestions to elevate your speech to the professional level, then I would suggest that how could you miss the theme of the day and the word of the day, which was so easy to integrate with your speech, lead with unity and harmony. That was something which you could have done it easily and said, today I lead with unity and harmony, and I call for you to follow the word ELODE. When you said ELODE, most of us could not understand because of the accent and the backgrounds which we come from. You could have said ELOODE and then gone to the explanation. And then you explained about the leadership style, effective communicator. How could you miss being the Valentine month, your wife or your girlfriend, and you say how effective they are when it comes to communication with those beautiful eyes, and then they fire you up like a Devi when they are angry and when they are hungry with those lovely eyes, how they fire you up then again, and with the tears, how they mellow you down and mold you to what they want. And when it comes to open-minded, how close-minded they would be when you want something, and how they cross themselves up. Oh, that is Valentine month. We're not supposed to talk much about it because our Toastmasters does not allow it. So you could have brought in that kind of humor in it. And when you talk about the integrity, you could have spoken about your personal story where you helped in the performance appraisal of a tea boy or a watchman or a janitor, and who helped, maybe in stopping a fire or something like that, and you elevated them and gave them a promotion or a raise. Overall, it was a fantastic speech, and with this little improvements, you would be a professional speaker. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mateen, for that useful tips given to Toastmaster Sijomon Jose. I believe Toastmaster Sijomon Jose will take up those wonderful words from your evaluator and take forward your speech. So let's move on to our first speaker's evaluation to evaluate the first speaker. We have a champion evaluator. He's the president for Taj Toastmasters Club, vice president of public relations in Garjina Toastmasters Club, one of the energetic and enthusiastic Toastmaster. He is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Please help me welcome him on stage to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karshikar. You can unmute yourself.
Doctor.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am an extrovert. I am an extrovert. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends, how many of you danced to this tune and these words of my speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar today? We can say in general, there are some casual speakers who speak to inform, but there are a few great speakers who speak to inspire and make us think what they wanted to. Well, would you deny if I say that Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar, with his speech, made us all think that at some point in our lives, we all should become extroverts? And that's what networking is all about. Well, when he said first about the topic of his speech, Break Bulk Conference, and me being someone from a different pole in terms of professions, he is a logistics manager and I am a medical professional. And I had no idea what it is. But today, when I am evaluating his speech, I am able to say clearly that he has drawn in and driven that message clearly in my mind. So that was the clarity of the speech, that which Toastmaster Ibrahim carried throughout his presentation. Starting with how he said what the Break Bulk Conference is all about and how he went on from a marketing manager's perspective to a planning manager's perspective, and then how the booth changed from a 10 by 10 in one corner to a whole center stage in a very big conference. All the while we were just thinking, what is he talking all about? But then he brought in the idea of what networking is and how building relationships are key to survival, not just in the professional arena, but also in our personal lives. Some of the key aspects that were so attractive in his speech were the excellent narrative that he brought us, be it the beginning of the speech when he was engaging us all with this dance of the extrovert, and then moving on to explaining what the Break Bulk Conference is all about, and going on to explain how they used to specifically target people for networking, selecting 10 people. So it was 12 members, each 10 times 12, 120. Imagine wealth of relationships that you get. And the more important thing that he said is like, you build relationships as your second family, so they think about our family when you are in dire straits. Great speech on the whole, Toastmaster Ibrahim, and a great message. Thank you so much for emphasizing the importance of what networking is all about in our lives. Toastmaster Ibrahim, to make your great speech the greatest, let me suggest you two humble recommendations. The speech in overall was amazing, I would say. But to take your speech to the next level, I would suggest to you to engage audience with beautiful scripting. For example, at the beginning of your speech, you said, beautiful people, wonderful booths, and then you stop short. So the power of triads really helps. You could actually say, beautiful people, wonderful booths, and exciting entertainment through networking. So a triplet always adds value. So some way you can also add some rhetorical phrases and quotes that would engage the content when you script your future speeches. The second important thing that I would tell you is like your hand gestures were more or less like this. Even when you're talking about the walls, you are just drawing it rather than to say, we build walls on all sides. So when you give this gesture, it indicates to us that you are surrounded by a wall. On the whole, a great speech, wonderful message, excellently relevant to all of us. Just for the scripting improvement and the gesture improvement, I'm sure you are a great speaker already. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam, for this wonderful tips given to Toastmaster Ibrahim. I believe these tips are useful for all the Toastmasters to take up their speech to the next level. Let's move on to our second speaker's evaluation. To evaluate this speech, we have a vibrant leader with us who is a responsible Toastmaster. He is the Vice President Education for Taj Toastmasters. Sorry. So I thought for speaker 2, Toastmaster Jijo.
Yes.
Point of information for speaker 2, it was Toastmaster Mudassir, right?
Exactly. So we have a vibrant leader with us. He's the VP Education for Mecca Toastmasters Club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq to evaluate the speech of DTM Dr. Mahesh Pillai.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, for that short and sweet introduction. Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh, I would like to congratulate you the 7th time for delivering your breaker speech. You are a professional speaker, not only in Toastmasters, but in your life as well. So there is hardly anything which can be found that you need to improve on. But the way you delivered your speech was, I think, an exemplary way for all of us Toastmasters to understand how we can our speeches. The way you started off with a quote by saying, be who you are and say what you want to say. And then the way you delivered your speech, like, I don't think so there is anyone right now here who doesn't know who Dr. Mahesh is. Like a person who has a PhD and then who's doing his 3rd master's, like, wow, simply wow, amazing. And I wish you all the best for the future as well. The way you delivered, the way you opened the speech, the way you took it to the body of the speech, you made it, how Toastmasters became relevant to you, you being a professional speaker, were able to enhance your abilities, and you were able to take the teachings or the lessons given to you in Toastmasters meeting and how you implemented it in your life, and how these can be also a role model for us people, young, inspiring people who have just started their journey on the Toastmasters. So overall, an amazing delivery of message from you to everyone. But like we said, it's the easiest thing I believe in life is to pinpoint things which go south and highlight them for the people. In your case, the 2 things which I noticed were, they were not the way you were delivering the speech, but the way the technology was not supporting you. I would say the first thing that you can work on is your camera focus, because the camera was in focus and then going out of focus. It's kind of distracting for people because this is the only way they can engage with you. And the second thing which I noticed was the background. You had blurred it, but when you were moving, it was just like mine. It was becoming blurry, unblurry. So it was kind of distracting for everyone. Just focus on these 2 things, and the message that you delivered would be delivered without distracting the audience. Thank you very much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir. So let me welcome our 4th speaker's evaluator. He's a zestful and enterprising Toastmaster, soon to become DTM, our VP Education of Taj Toastmasters Club and VP membership for Garjina Toastmasters Club. Now please help me welcome Toastmaster Jijo Koshi on stage to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Qazi Sayyid.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Iqbal Qasim, for that generous introduction. And a special good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster Qazi Sayyid. His objective of speech was to bring in a story within a speech, or a speech that's a story. Did you enjoy the speech or the story? Anyone? I see raised hands. And why not? He did take all of us into that journey of his, that made that story come to life. If you see his content, he had a story, and then he first thing is he put a question to all people. Do you believe in yourself? So that part, everyone is just anxious. Okay, what's next? That's a great way to engage the audience. And the story, he went back to his history 20 years back and how we dealt with resumes. I felt the same scenario where I was searching for jobs with the hard copy in my hand. I failed 50 times. 50 interviews, and 51st interview I passed. I never gave up. So we need to believe in ourselves, and you give a lovely example for that. So that was a great storytelling, and the narrations you brought in, where you met your interviewer, he's staring at me like a butcher to be slaughtered. So that was, I was just imagining how an interview, they were, sometimes they're very much, you can say, they behave sarcastically. It depends on their mood. So it was great framing. And so the story was great. So that fulfills the objective of your speech. But then it's a story. How to make a story great? How do I engage the entire audience here? And especially in an online scenario. You are using your hands like this. I want it to be open always to grab the people together. Don't clutch your hands like this. So that's one area where you can work on. And then you brought in so many characters. Characters are very important in a story, right? So you can use a nice vocal variety when you're speaking, when your friend is speaking to you, or a boss is speaking to you, or when you say Munna. Okay, all these conversations you can make little more sound effects, some vocal variety there. Hello, especially telephonic conversations. That will make it more special. And then some areas where you could have made it more effective. I lost my job, or I was overwhelmed, celebrating Eid. These are some areas where people can, really get glued with you. Overall, great storytelling. You had hand gestures, but you can limit hands being together, and you can give some more expressions when using words like lost my job or I was overwhelmed, enjoyed. And that will make it a better story. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, for that wonderful evaluation. For the next session for table topics, we have an energetic, inspiring, and influential leader with us. He is driving Area 6, who is none other than Area 6 Director, Toastmaster Nandu Kottarath, to do the table topics evaluation. Toastmaster Nandu Kottarath, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Let me congratulate our today's table topic master, Toastmaster Hidayatullah, for a wonderful session. The topics was very simple and aligned to the theme of the day. Excellent session. Now let me move to this. Speakers. The first topic was learning better self-control. The topic handled by Toastmaster Sunita Joni. Lot of disciplines and patience is required into our life. She started with the confidence and added her personal story, and she was saying like, I'm not patient, and I had used yoga and meditation for the self-control. Excellent speech, good opening, body, and conclusion. What I feel that you missed for the call for action. Do not leave the stage without a message. So you can add like that. I am controlling my patience through yoga and meditation. What about you? You can ask like that. You can add a question, or you can say like that. The patient, you have to be a self-control to become a successful person. Like that, you can add some call for action. The second suggestion is that, there's 93 rules, 93% of your communication is accessing through non-verbal communication. So the gestures is very important. So I request you to stand in a position and deliver your speech. Out of 5 speakers, 4 of them are in a sitting position. So I request all of you, all people, to stand and deliver your speech. The second speaker was Toastmaster Khalid Alatai, how to motivate your children. He started with the confidence, and the speech was organized very well. He told the example by leading by example. He gave an example like leading by doing. So he was saying in his personal life, he's leading and he's showing as an example to his children. The same thing, the call for action is missing in his speech. Then the third speaker was how Toastmaster Mohammed Numan, how to create a harmony in our relationship with other people. He started with the confidence. In between, he missed the subject. My suggestion is listen this topic carefully. Take a 30-second time to think and organize, then start to deliver your speech. Then you will be a great speaker. The fourth speaker was Muhammad Ghani, Toastmaster Muhammad Ghani, becoming a role model for your children. So he started with how he's motivating his children through his reading habits and he's not using his mobile. This is great opening and the body and conclusion. The same, if you can add a call for action at the end, that will be a great speech. Then the last speaker was Toastmaster Rami Jawad, best ways to find a work-life balance. He was saying go early and utilize time in wisely and patiently. So he also did a great speech. At the end, I feel that he's also missed the call for action. Overall, all the speech was excellent. My main suggestion for all the speakers was add call for action and deliver your speech in a standing position. Thank you. Over to you, the General Manager.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat, for that excellent evaluation of table topic session. So let me call our timer to check whether all the evaluators are qualified.
Yes, sir, except Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat.
Fine. Since it's an area joint meeting, we don't have any voting. Let's move on to the meeting leaders report. Let me call our word master and grammarian, Toastmaster Hisham Salamat, to present his report.
Okay, so firstly, starting with the word master report, the few quotes that I could notice was boss will say go, but leader says let's go. And other was nobody is perfect. The word this is the grammarian reports. These were the quotes that I could notice, and strong words that I could notice was optimistic, personal integrity, vibrant, fascinating, emphasize. Apart from this, I couldn't find any grammarian mistakes from any of our speakers today. So let me go to the word master report. So today's word was harmony, and I could see Toastmaster Muhammad Nauman, Toastmaster Shijaman Jos, Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen, Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat using this word. That's it from word master and grammarian report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hisham, for that great report. So let's move on to our next meeting leader, a timer. Let me call Toastmaster Sunil Edikula to present his timer's report.
Sir, can I share the screen?
Yes, it is enabled.
Okay, sir. Coming to the prepared speech session. Good evening to all again once again. Coming to the prepared speech session, the first speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim Al-Kaljigar, he took 7 minutes 14 seconds. DJ Mahesh Pillai, he took 6 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Shijoman Jos, he took 6 minutes 31 seconds, and Toastmaster Kasi Said, he took 7 minutes 29 seconds. Coming to the table topic session, first speaker, Madam Toastmaster Sunita Joni, she took 1 minute 44 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Khalid Altai, he took 1 minute 19 seconds. Third speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman, he took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Muhammad Ghani, he took 1 minute 42 seconds. And DTM Rami Al Jawad, he took 1 minute 33 seconds. Coming to the evaluation session, the first evaluator, DTM Sundar Ramanglingam, he took 3 minutes 28 seconds. Toastmaster Mudassir Farouk, he took 2 minutes 31 seconds. Toastmaster Muhammad Mateen, he took 3 minutes. Toastmaster Jijokoshi, he took 3 minutes 15 seconds. And Toastmaster Nandu Kotar, he took 4 minutes 20 seconds. And thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Timer, for that great report. Let me call upon our A-Counter Toastmaster Mati Hashim to present his A-Counter's report.
Thank you. First, I shall talk about the prepared speech. Dr. Mahesh Pillai, he used one time. Mr. Qazi Sayyid Nakiuddin, he used 2 times. Now I come to the table topic session. Ms. Sanita Johnny, she used 1 time. Mr. Khalid, he used 6 times. Mr. Ghani used 9 times. Thank you. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mati Hashmi, for that A-Counter's report. So let me move to the conclusion session, a general evaluator's report. Let me congratulate this team, Area 6 team, for that wonderful event has been conducted today. I have seen a strength here rather than weakness. The strength, it's a well-planned meeting with a great agenda today. Sergeant Arms, with a strong voice, started a call for meeting, followed by the event chair and the table topic sessions. Everything went well, just a 10 minutes delay so far. The evaluators did a justice to their position today. From my side, only few suggestions. So let's stick on to the time. Even the 10 minutes delay is not good for a Toastmasters club. And most of the speakers over here and the evaluators use a virtual background that is not going to be good enough for a virtual meeting. Rather, you can keep your plain background. Apart from that, this meeting is a great success. I wish all the team all the best. Thank you, and back to the event chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, for conducted great evaluation session. Now the meeting has now concluded. To grow the unity and harmony, the heart and the spirit in individuals need to be aligned with the trusting relationships. An individual must be empowered positively to believe themselves and each other. So, dear Toastmasters, focus on strengthening to growing relationship within their teams to increase the trust and bring about the maintaining positive thinking. As this will generate and maintaining positive energy. This positive energy support to create strong unity in your life. Finally, I say that where there is unity, there is always success. I had a great time being the Toastmaster of the evening. I appreciate everyone helps in making this meeting for successful, and especially our entire club president and vice president of education. Now I return control the meeting of our area director, Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat. Back to area director.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Arunachalam, for a wonderfully conducted this meeting today. I really appreciate your effort as an event chair. Thank you all for your patience and your contribution to Area 6. Now let me hear from our Division B Director about the meeting. Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai, are you here?
So congratulations, Area 6 Director, the club president, and the club ESCOM for conducting such a perfectly planned, executed meeting. As I always say, even though we started a bit late, the meeting is almost on time. So congratulations for that. And also I'd like to thank the Vice President Education of all the 5 clubs who, it's a great job they have done by selecting speakers and role players. It's not an easy task to coordinate with 5 clubs. Of course, it's not an easy task to coordinate with 1 club, but think about like 5 clubs, and it's not an easy task. So really appreciate your effort, really appreciate the great teamwork, the great the coordination, and the great leadership of Area 6 Director, and keeping Area 6 as one family. And thank you so much, and back to you, Toastmaster Nandu.
Thank you very much. Let me invite Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, who supported the event chair as a VP Education. Let me hear from him.
Thank you, Area Director, for the opportunity. It's a great feeling to be in the joint meeting, especially Area 6 joint meeting. It's my home division. So great to see all the people together, especially Mecca Club that's meeting from different areas. It's a great feeling, and I expect the meetings to be more frequent. Let's have more joint meetings, or even every month. I think it's planned every month, so let's have it at the earliest. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. We should know hear from our event chair how much effort he took for this meeting to be a reality. Let me invite Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam to say a few words.
Yeah, it was a great meeting. When you say that this event chair, I'm so happy to that. And whenever I contact all the president as well as the VP Education, especially Jijo Koshi, is supported a lot of things to successfully conduct this meeting. And the PTM Dr. Sundar always contacted me and follow these things to successfully for this one. And also that Toastmaster TTM Manas is supported for player and everybody there. Whenever contact all the peoples there, immediately give the supporting to successfully conduct for this one. This is for our unity. Back to Area Director.
Thank you very much, Event Chair Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Now our Area 6 Finance Manager is here. Let me invite Toastmaster Muhammad Numan to say a few words.
Thank you, Area 6 Director. Yeah, it's a wonderful experience for me. It was the first joint meeting that I attended since I joined the Toastmaster fraternity. But it's a good example of lead with unity, and definitely we will just go together in a long run. Because if you are single, you are just a drop of ocean. But when together, definitely we will be an ocean. So inshallah, it will be a good step, and we will just go more and more in the future. Thank you, and over to you, Area Director.
Thank you very much. Now, if anyone want to give your feedback, please raise your hand. Toastmaster Ibrahim, yeah. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, so there's a funny story, very small story. Toastmaster Jijo approached saying, well, would you speak? I said, yes. Then Toastmaster Iqbal, he approached, would you speak? I said, yes. Now they both were contended from, one is from Grand Professional, the other one from Taj. And then I said, wait a second, you know what? I hope the agenda doesn't get messed up. So I wrote to both of them. I said to Jijo, Iqbal also is expecting me to speak. So how about this? When you introduce by saying that I'm the member of both the clubs. This is an area meeting, right? I don't want you guys to fight. But they are wise people. They didn't fight, but that was a funny incident. But great event. I think we guys should be doing this more often. I liked it. Thank you for conducting this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar. Let me congratulate Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar, who already completed 32 educational awards so far within now almost completed 8 months. This is a great achievement. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ibrahim.
No, we need 80. We need 80.
Yeah, I request I have a humble request to Toastmaster Ibrahim. Give us a more educational award to Area 6.
Well, I think the basics goes, you plan and then you execute. 80% of the job is done by planning. So for me, the 11 pathways are mapped out how I would do on the given days. So it allows me to say no to other things. Like today's meeting, I knew it's going to be a Taj meeting. So if some other event comes up, I say, well, excuse me, I think I have a meeting. That's how simple it is. So you mark your calendar first, chart out a plan by saying, how am I going to do these 11 pathways? 55 projects only, right? I know. So, well,
55 educational award. Project is more.
Well, true. Yeah. But I think, well, it was something casually. It started with Manaz having an excellent mentor. I said, saying, well, I think I will just enroll into 2. Which one should I choose? Then he's saying, well, this is good. This is good as well. I said, they all look exciting, right? And he's saying, yes. And then we started talking about like, well, doing something, you know. I think in Hindi, they say, chalo kuch tufani kar lete hai. And I don't know how many of you would have understood that. And I said, well, let's aim for it. They say, well, it's not impossible. It can be done. I say, if it's not impossible, let me give a shot. But that's what I'm aiming for. So with your blessings, let's hope so. That let me complete 11 pathways. That's what the ambition is. That's what I'm aiming for. And I think I hope so.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for encouraging all our members. Now, the time is 9:29. I request all of you to open your mic. What is our strength?
Unity.
Unity. What is our strength?
Unity.
Unity. With this, let me conclude this meeting and adjourn the
Before
meeting.
you end, can we have a
on
picture?
time.
Can we have a picture?
Yes.